Alright Stuart, been a while since the last update, back end of September the last one, so I'm going to go through the last few games first. So firstly, Newton Grange away from home.
Aye, I felt that was probably when the first this season where I don't think we've probably competed in points. I felt obviously we were 3-0 down in 10 matches and I thought Nick were very, very good. We managed to steady the ship and it ended 3-0 after being 3-0 after 10 minutes, as I say, but I don't think we started well. Clearly we didn't keep the ball very well and I felt we kind of lost touch a wee bit to what gave us a bit of joy in the opening games. I felt we just looked disjointed, we didn't complete enough passes, didn't have any control in the game, and as the second half went on, I felt we did then get a wee bit of control in spells, not enough to go and win the game or anything like that, but take the pressure off a wee bit and then kind of stop their pressure for periods. I felt Nick deserved to win the game, but it was probably the biggest wake-up call that we've had in terms of not only physicality but also kind of like, I don't know, venturing from our style and in the way that we've played this year.
Right, so the next one was Dalkeith at home.
And I felt that was a lot. I felt we completely flipped again, which has kind of been us at points, win one, lose one. I actually thought we were very, very good. We were fortunate in the sense that the goalkeeper got sent off for Dogso in the first half. So obviously they've gone down to 10 and put an outfielder in goals, which has clearly helped us. I felt we actually started the game relatively well, looked fine. I think they had a good chance early on, but after they got their goalie sent off, I think Cammy hits the bar with an unbelievable effort, and I think we were a wee bit unlucky to be 0-0 at half time. I felt we had some good openings, but we just didn't land enough blows in terms of shots at goal or anything like that. But I felt in the end I thought we were worthy of the 3 points. I thought we were fairly controlling the performance. I felt we were back to being our best almost. We're having control in the game, kind of again difficult surface as well because I think it rained a lot recently. So I was pleased.
Next, following on from what you just said there, Whitehill.
Aye, I felt we had just after because it was two home games back to back and I felt it was a great opportunity. No disrespect to Whitehill, obviously the league position, but it was a good opportunity after winning on the Wednesday to really go and put our foot down again. And I felt we started slowly. And I don't know if it's that. I think in this wee spell, these 12 games I'm going to touch upon, there's been 3 sets of kind of Wednesday, Fridays or Friday, Sundays. So 3 games where we've played really close together. I felt we started slow and from our perspective, I thought we gifted essentially 3 of the goals, particularly early on in the first half, I think it was. To be fair, the boys gave a good reaction, and Ken even after conceding those goals, I thought we actually passed the ball relatively well. I felt we had a control in the game, but again, probably shows the youngness of the group in terms of there's wee lapses of concentration, and despite all the good play, etc., you don't get anything for it if you ultimately don't defend your box well enough. And again, I think the winning goal decision, I don't know, it's hard to tell if it crosses the line or no, I'm not sure, but ultimately all we can do is look at ourselves and the manner of the goals we give away, particularly in the first contact, having drawn the game back to 3-3. Again, boys do great to get back in the game, give everything. 2 penalties, Kieran won both. Boys deserve a lot of credit because they showed a lot of character, but the frustrating thing is probably they come out of that game out a point on end despite a good performance in spells.
So next was away at Bathgate in a friendly.
Yeah, and again I think that was on the run up to the Aberdeen game the following week, so we felt like we had to play. We went 1-0 down. I felt we overplayed a wee bit in that scenario. Gave away a penalty. Good reaction to get back in the game. I want to say I think it was 2-1 at half time, maybe 3-1. I think Jay scored a brilliant header, particularly in the first half after great work for Max McVeigh. I think we go back in the game. I think that's what we've seen this season, is we've seen some really, really good performances, some really, really good spells in games. and up until the point I mentioned there with Bathgate, I actually don't think it's been a really all-round poor performance. I think there's been parts of the game that clearly can be better, particularly kind of that competing, that kind of physical nature of the game I think can probably be better. But I felt even Bathgate, okay, I know again their league position was on the lower side in their league, but I felt we controlled the game and we scored some really good goals. Jay scored obviously his first hat-trick for the 20s at 16, and brilliant for him, really good finishes again, but I felt it was a really valuable kind of warm-up for us going into the Aberdeen game, because I felt we could go into that kind of without kicking a ball, so a lot of positives there, but again, going 1-0 down and conceding again later, just the areas we need to tighten up on.
So next, as you've touched upon, was Aberdeen away in the big Scottish Cup game.
Aye, I know that a wee bit after it, a wee bit build up, but I think it's worth mentioning as well, it's clearly the first time we've ever been in the Youth Cup, and albeit that kind of journey came to an end, a lot to be proud about in terms of facing up against a kind of academy side, and I think the only disappointing for the day probably, I think it was impacted a wee bit by kind of the circumstances trying to get up and things like that. If we still not got kick off, it was for Dunbar, it's near impossible. I think they left here at 1 o'clock, and because of the traffic and on the bypass and the weather, we had to stop in Dundee for an hour. Understandably, the driver had to take a break and all that, so by the time we'd actually got there, I think it was about 6:15, so short socks on quickly go out, so it's only a wee bit I think for the day. I think it was difficult preparation. I don't think it would, whether it changes the outcome or not, I don't know, but I don't think it does. But ultimately you're still playing against a very good side, where two of them, by the way, have been recently capped for Scotland under-16s. So clearly we knew the challenge, and doesn't it change away from how good they are and what they bring to the game, so I'm not making that as an excuse, but I think as an experience maybe that could have been a bit different. But again, can't fault our boys' efforts, worked their socks off in horrendous conditions, and great learning experience playing against some of the best around.
So next was the week after away at Hutchett in the Cup.
Aye, I think we played a Friday, Sunday, so we went to Hutchie on the Friday. I thought for 65, 70 minutes, I thought we were excellent, really good. I think, so Jamie scores, Cammy scores, I think Rory scores, not in that order, but I think we scored 3 really good goals. I thought we soaked up a lot of Hutchie pressure. I thought we looked very dangerous on the break, and I thought we were very accomplished, one of our best performances of the season. I think Cammy's goal in particular, what a finish it was. Again, same with Rory's, but actually Jamie's goal as well. Great ball down the side by Reece, great cutback. It was a really good goal, and anything we work on regularly. And it's gone to penalties, and lights have gone out. Essentially we've gone up, played a friendly, and then be playing 48 hours later. 60 minutes we missed a penalty to make it 4-1. And to be fair to Hutchie, I thought they did well to get back in the game, scored 2 good goals. I think our frustration is we probably need to manage the game better. We've only got ourselves clearly to blame in terms of we need to manage the game better, we need to win that cup ties us to go to penalties. I think the frustration maybe is that we're playing on the Sunday, so we haven't manage minutes and that, but just frustrating, really frustrating outcome, particularly having been 3-1 up, drawn 3-3, going to penalties, and then essentially playing 90 minutes and having boys fatigue play for going into Sunday's game.
So on the Sunday it was away at Kirkcaldy.
Aye, so again I actually felt we started fine. We went 1-0 down, and I think it's an avoidable goal from our perspective, good run for the boy. I think we probably need to do better. But I felt fairly confident we could get back into the game. I felt Kirkcaldy looked very big, strong side, difficult park, but I felt we actually coped with alright with 11 men. Carroll then gets sent off for last man, and Reece also got sent off. Adversity, have to react to it, and to fit the boys, they worked really hard, and We actually had a couple of chances when it was 1-0 and we're down to 9, but as soon as they scored the second and the third, that's kind of the game over, being totally honest. But again, to be fair to the boys, Friday, Sunday, cannot fault them as in the individuals and their efforts, their work rate. I think I'm fair in that sense. I felt we were handed a wee bit of adversity that weekend, which is just a bit frustrating because I'm a big believer that you can only really worry about what you've got control of, and for like you've got control of, and decisions on the Sunday you've not got control of. So, just frustrating. With that being said, first goal we can clearly defend better, and even the incident we get 2 men sent off, we can deal with the situation higher up the pitch better. So all things we can control, but just frustrating weekend probably, to be honest.
So then weekend after was big win away at Edinburgh College.
And a good reaction, to be honest. I know where they are in the league, etc. But I thought we did things very professionally. I know it's a 20's team and all that, but I felt we scored good goals. I thought we passed the ball well, and I think we were just very professional in what we did. I didn't think we really took our foot off the gas, which was important, and I felt we retained the ball well. I was just pleased in terms of, I think all 3 strikers got a hat-trick, and there was a lot of kind of goal contributions across the team. So I was really pleased with that. Clearly it was the highest victory and all that, but I'm just really happy with the application that we gave that night. I was really happy with the application that night, and I'm just happy that we got again a nice way to kind of put right the week before, where we've had 2 disappointing results, to be honest.
The week after was Edinburgh University at home.
Aye, and that's probably the start. We run at games we've had recently where I don't think we've been great, but I don't think we've been terrible. To be honest, credit to both teams against Uni, because it was a horrendous night for football. I didn't think we deserved to win the game, but I didn't think we deserved to lose 4-0. I felt we had good moments. I felt we had important moments that we maybe didn't make the right decision. I didn't think we made the right. We didn't have enough quality in the final third. I think Union are a very accomplished side, and I think they'll be up there, and they deserve to win the game. So it's for me doubting that. They were the better team over the piece, definitely. But I didn't think we were really poor to warrant that. I just feel we had to show a bit more quality in important times, i.e. probably defensively but particularly offensively in the final third. I felt we had to be a bit better. Then we retained the ball well enough at points. But they're young boys, they're going to learn. And that is part of the learning, and to control parts of the game. I'm talking about 5-10 minute spells where you keep the ball and you look after the ball. I think we probably could do better in that scenario.
So then, after the University at home, we were away at Edinburgh Community in the Cup again.
Aye, and a bit again adversity. First half, I thought we were decent. I felt we had full control of the game in terms of possession. I felt we created some really good openings, but probably linking to the week before, I felt our tools weren't sharp enough to take advantage. Went 1-0 down at half time, and the boy scores a really good goal, comes to a throw in, shot from around the box, straight, and we probably had about 55% the ball, 60, I can't remember what you actually said, but we had a lot of ball, a lot of good openings, ball bobbling about in their box, and we just didn't take advantage. And 1-0 down my mountain climb. To be fair, again, the first to say it, boys showed a lot of character, stuck to their task, couldn't give enough credit in terms of that. They did really well to get back in the game, and in the end it was a comfortable night, finishing 5-1. But and that, by the way, that community team have taken points off a lot of good teams in that conference. So as I say, a lot of credit to the boys to get back in the game, continue playing the manner we're asking them to play in, and show a lot of character in that sense. And to be fair, the first goal that scores not against the way we're asking them to play, but it's a different way. Kick for East, good kick forward. Kieran's gambled one and scored, so great. We found a way to get back in the game, and from then I felt we controlled it really well. But again, if you start learning, can he give away cheap goals? Cheap goals from our perspective, the goals are great strike from the laddie, so taking that away from him. But from our perspective, it comes to a throw and a throw, a break and a shot. Like, can it be that easy to score against? Because again, that can make it a really uphill task.
So next was the rearranged cup tie against Hutchie at home.
Aye, that's probably the most, one of the only games this year really for the majority that I just didn't feel that we really, I didn't think we gave out energy. I didn't think we gave out a real desire to run after people, to tackle people, to head the ball. I just didn't feel we had that at all. I felt actually we were well wanted their progression. I felt they controlled much of the game. Again, the first goal that they got away is a short corner. It was really well worked, and it's really quick thinking, so it's taking nothing away for any opposition teams. But from our perspective, 5 minutes in a game on NCP, you don't play on it every week, you can't give away a short corner and let them score for it. So cheap goals that probably were given away, that's given us a mountain to climb. I felt those good moments, really good moments. But that theme from the recent games, it's got better, it's dipped a wee bit, to start sharpening the tools in the final third. I feel that we can probably make our good moments count more. That good moment might just be a ball out to a winger or a wide player making the good decision to slip the ball down the side. That might be the good decision, or the wee bit of quality that we need. I felt in the second half we changed shape, and I felt we looked a lot better. I felt we looked more direct. I felt we got in a wee bit more. And I think Jamie has an opportunity in the second half when he's got through, chips the goal, he's unlucky, and the boys done well to be fair, cleared off the line at 2-0, score that, back in the game maybe. I felt after that the game was teetered out a wee bit. Decent reaction for half time, but to be fair, Hutchie again, very, very good side. Accomplished, always have been at 20s. A disappointment, probably. I don't think they put us mark on the game enough, basically.
And then finally, our most recent game away at Trinent last week.
Aye, it's probably the poorest we've been first half all season. I was just really disappointed. Didn't they pass the ball well? I thought, by the way, credit to Trinent, because I don't think the league position does them justice. I felt they were good in the break, but I felt we played in their hands a bit. I didn't think they made good decisions. I felt we gave the ball away too easily. Things we've worked on since the summer, how we pass the ball, start positions, movements, I just didn't think we did them. And I felt for that reason we were very susceptible to the ball, and behind I felt it caused a lot of problems. I just didn't think we were us at all. It was just frustrating because again it's a local derby, similar to the Hutchie game. I don't know if it's this time of year, I don't know if it's prelims, I don't know if it's the content of the games we've played, but everyone's the same, particularly prelims and all that sort of stuff. I didn't think we had enough oomph about us. The second half, a lot better, a lot better. Again, I think we make 4 of the subs by 60 minutes. And then once the 5th comes on, Ben comes on, we then score the equaliser. So a much improved second half performance. So again, being fair, boys were very, very good in the second half. Very, very good. Changed the game, turned on, a bit more direct, competed more, just a lot more like a functional team that wanted to get something for a derby. Say credit to Trinent, no slight on them in terms of saying we were poor. I don't think we hit levels that we have at points this year. Honest in a way, I thought magnificent, really good. Must have our first game of the season. That will to win, outstanding. Just don't think we had that on Friday, unfortunately. But I keep going back to it. A lot of the boys were playing public parks last year, like against. Not being disparaging, but it's a step up. The environment's different, professionalism's different. They're part of the Scotland Premier League club now. So there are standards that you have to put up in your application. But in the second half, I thought we did that.
So that's it for the games. Other things that have happened obviously Asa left a few weeks ago.
Aye. Acer's left the club. My best wishes. Just communicate a desire to go and play more regularly. Probably close at home as well for him, so totally understandable. His attitude and commitment's been brilliant. Say he travels a big distance to come here. So understands, say wish him all the best.
Next up, the 2 games coming up. So first, Handon at home, hopefully on NCP on Friday night.
Yeah. So massive one. So again, it's probably an opportunity to give us a reaction for the Trinent game for the start. Harrington very much, I think, probably more new look this year than what they have been. Also new management this year and things, and they've had a lot of good results. They're up at, I think, the 4th, 3rd. So we had a challenging game. Last time we played, we won. And I think we had slowly begun to turn the tide a wee bit in terms of results against Harrington. But under no illusion in terms of difficulty ahead that we've got. They'll be talented, technically very good, always are. But it was on the park again. Hopefully the rain stays away for a part of this week, so we've got an opportunity to play on the park. It'll be good. We shouldn't have to motivate boys for a derby. It'll be a massive game for us, and hopefully a couple of positive results before Christmas. We can start looking back at the league. It's incredibly tight.
And then next week, final game before Christmas, Pennycook away.
Couldn't be more challenging. All those games against Pennycook are always very good. Enjoy playing them because they're always played, say, in the right manner, but they're always really competitive and enjoying them. Even the one that we lost one in our first season, I think it was 7-4, but both teams just wanted to just attack all the time. And then obviously the one out there that we played a couple of seasons ago now, really good. And then actually, was it last year? First game that we played last year, I think it was, finished, no, was it the first one? I can't remember the first one, finished 5-all. Just clearly there's like areas of both teams like really always needs to defend better, but there's never any needle between the teams, and it's always just played, I say, in the right way, but boys just want to play football. So looking forward to both. I say, as players, you want to challenge yourself, and next 2 will be a good way to finish for Christmas, hopefully.
Final couple more things. So first we want to touch upon Jay Miller, obviously getting involved with the first team recently. Good to see. Brilliant
man. It's just one of the best guys ever, honestly. Just his total attitude towards football is amazing. And again, since he's gone in with the first team, the gaffer's been very, very complimentary about him. And again, the gaffer's been really, really keen to bring boys up. I think there's been at least one in Jay every single week, but often there's been 2, sometimes 3. And again, obviously, Gaffer's been here and been involved with the 20s before, so he understands the necessity of having the 20s and having them involved. But it's a constant of who can we bring up, or an extra body, can we bring someone up, and it's given the boys opportunities. So obviously Jay made his debut, scored his goal, amazing for him, delight for him. And then Rory Jackson and Jamie Brown both made debuts against Kirkcaldy, so it'd be easy not to, but both gave the boys 15-20 minutes, and I think they both went on just after we conceded as well, so it's not like they're like, oh no, just conceded, they can't put them on, nah, just go on, enjoy it. So no, really, really good. And I think, I'm putting words in his mouth here, but I think there's a lot of high hopes for a lot of boys in this squad in terms of their capabilities and their attitude. It's been really, really good, really rewarding to see.
And final thing for the update today, a familiar face back joining again, good to see.
Brilliant again. So much time for Yashu as a guy. I just think he's an incredibly talented boy. I still stand by it. I think he might be the best 1v1 player I've ever seen. I remember games that he played, and particularly that one I remember trying to win the league, or in the run to win the league. Just the bravery and the not the audacity, but he just didn't care, in the sense that I'm going to take you on. I'm going to create something. I think that's important in a team. I really do. Yashu will be a great influence on the boys. He's clearly his working arrangements also impacting it a bit, but I've got no doubt when he comes in and he plays, and it's the quality shown in training has been outstanding. But I'm sure again he'll give us a lift when he's back playing, hopefully involved on Friday and the following against Pennycook.
Well, good to get an update again. Thanks for that, Stuart.
Thank you.